maximum video ready fucking thing. So this is part 2. Damn it, I was almost done. So I have to do part 2. So now if we use the formula force equals mass times acceleration, we will find that at 2 seconds and a speed of 200 miles per hour, the force applied is 4,450,000 newtons. That's a lot of fucking fudge sticks. If we do the same calculation, but for 500 miles an hour, we get a force of 11,200,000 newtons. Sounds big, doesn't it? Wow, something's missing here. Can anyone tell me what's missing here before we go on? Can anyone tell me what they're avoiding and what's missing here? Can anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? As we can see from these simple calculations... Oh... Condescending prick, not intended apparently. Which I did not provide, since, typos are allowed, but but I made a typo. I noticed 2 of them in my message to him. And I was like, shit, I read it over twice and I didn't notice that, because it's just, you think it looks okay. And then I sent it and then I noticed them. Okay. Since you claim to be able to do the same equations, which I can, we do not see anything. I can do lots that I just, although competent, appear incompetent, and get you to show me what you can do first, bitch, so I can crush it. Okay, we do not see anything we would not expect from a plane hitting a building. We do not see anything we would not expect from a plane hitting a building. As we can see from the simple what's missing, which I did not provide, since you claim to be able to do the same equations. Wow, imagine going to court and this guy talking like that. Would you imagine you go to court and you say, what's your proof of claim? Well there, lawyer and judge, if I am only, as we can see from these simple calculations, which I did not provide because you think you are able to do the same equations, you need to fucking be beaten with a stick. I'm not advocating anything, I'm just saying, hypothetically, you need to be beaten with the fucking stick. I know you're a fat coward. That's another thing. Go, whatever. We don't see anything we would not expect from a plane hitting a building. The physics behind the impact shows us not violation of laws of any kind. So yeah, okay, he was getting emotional here at the end, and he wants to get whatever. And he's, maybe, I got tired, I made a couple typos, and you're typing something, and you change the spelling, or you add a different word, you change it, and you forget to delete the one or put an S or something. The physics behind the impact shows us no violations of laws of any kind. The damage is what we would expect in this type of collision. The wording is twisted. It's fucking, don't let this guy near your little kids. The damage is what we would expect in this type of collision. Something to consider in these numbers. What? Now, something to consider is these numbers do not include the energy added to the collision by the fuel exploding. Oh crap, I clicked the wrong button. Okay. What in God's name does this last sentence have to do with anything? Okay, so let's go to read my reply. Reference, hello. Okay, I'm an asshole. Just telling you. Oh, how nice. I wonder why you are blocked. What you are doing is relevant to me, so I guess an adult sense of duty to uphold the law means fuck all to you. Too bad. You are liable anyway. I presume I may take your statement as your claim under penalty of perjury, and if incorrect, have you deemed incompetent. I expect no less from you, and the other things are very relevant since they impact the entire world. And you asked, but that's another story, if perhaps not this part of the conversation, and, funny guy, yeah, I did say that, you asked about the Aaron Raw video. I took care of 2 birds with 1 stone by answering 3 of your fucking messages. 3 birds with 1 stone. 2 Two of your messages about the same thing, one about another thing. I answered them all in one letter, and you're like, no, I don't care about that other part. You fucking little snide prick. Okay. Now, first of all, you presume that type of aircraft can travel at that speed, at that altitude that it was supposed to do so at. When actual science, and if I may appeal to authority, real pilots and engineers disagree. This can be proven as well, but it can be proven. Can be proven. This, the forces on the plane and all this other shit, it can be shown. But they'll just show you more calculations to how the Earth is really flat. Keep on bullshitting you. Take it to court. Or just fight it out, because that's, these people have to shut up. They're lying, they're criminals, they need to fucking go to jail. And then there's other people who, well, you'll never put the criminals in jail. Find out who this guy's boss is and why these people are all going online and lying to people and trying to convince them that the world is flat and that the fucking Santa Claus and the flying spaghetti monster are real. And throw them in a fucking jail and grow up, all you scumbags. They're manipulating your children's minds. Stop at the low battery warning. Okay. Fuel exploding would have no effect on the impact, since it occurred after the impact. Does anyone understand that? Because he said, let's go back over here. Oh, personal messages. Let's go back here. At the end, he ended it. I did it backwards. I answered it kind of backwards. Like I took this sentence and then I worked backwards, kind of thing. So a bit. I jump. Now, something to consider is these numbers do not include the energy added to the collision by the fuel exploding. Really? Who gives a fuck? Fuel exploding would have no effect on the impact since it occurred after the impact. So we're talking about the impact. He's trying to distract again and cause, whatever. So, but he's good. He's the smartest shill I've ever come across. So, energy added by the collision. In quotes, I quote him. So, energy added to the collision by the fuel exploding is complete bullshit. Are you for real? Okay. We do not see anything, I quote him again, we do not see anything we would not expect from a plane hitting a building. I say, isn't that quaint? Now, impressive calculations, by the way. How about that third law of motion? Law, as in upheld in pretty much any legitimate court on the planet. How about for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction? So tell me, Sparky, didn't put that there. The answer is in the calculations themselves. How much force did the building hit the plane with? So let's go. We can go back to here. Personal messages. So let's take, let's stay down here. Newtons, 4,450,000 newtons. If we do the same calculations, but for 500 miles an hour, we get a force of 11,200,000 newtons. So that's what he's claiming that the plane hit the building with, is 11,200,000 newtons, and they make it sound like that's a big thing, that the building was just standing there and the plane hit it and nothing happened because it's, it's just like, it doesn't repel back. They don't want you to know that. They want you to have a misconception or a misperception. They want your perception to be all fucking cartoons for the last 10 years and fart jokes, and you're telling me, the one smart-ass shill guy that I sent them, you can't do this to people 24 hours a day, a comedy and fucking cartoons, it warps their head. And once in a while, but not every single day, all day long, 24 hours a day of non-reality. They have no perception of reality. They can't go outside and tell fucking dirt from a fucking stuffed animal. The building hit the plane, apparently, according to his calculations, with 11,200,000 newtons. So why wasn't the plane affected? That's what I'm saying. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Why didn't it show up in the impact physics? So that's what I say. Law is upheld in pretty much any legitimate court on the planet. How about for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction? So tell me, the answer is in the calculations themselves. How much force did the building hit the plane with? Funny guy. Why did the building not push back with the exact same force it was struck with? Oh no, I just gave you the answer. LOL. Why did this force not affect the plane as it struck the building? Funny guy. I didn't put this, but I don't give a shit about the explosion that happened afterwards. Dutyless child. And I'm trying to be nice. Stop faking like you are doing the right thing when it is clear you have taken the side of disinformation. I wanted to say so many other things here. You have expressed you have no interest in doing your duty in law, therefore you are not a man of honor. As far as I am now concerned, if a crime was committed on the 11th of September, you are now complicit after the fact. Not to mention, I consider you complicit in any crime committed by your government in your name on your tax dollars, since you clearly made the point that you are apathetic towards your duty as a man to prevent unlawful activity. Stop pretending you give a shit about your species. You are obviously a cheerleader defending the official story and not objective at all. You, like the bullshit article you sent me and every other COINTEL traitor shill, will not deal with the equal and opposite reaction part of the equation, and you try your damnedest to shy away from it at all costs. You are no better than a fake priest trying to convince people of their fake god. Fucking hypocrite. So, you're trying to go on in one hand, you schizophrenic nutbar, to tell people that do not believe in a fake god and the flying spaghetti monster, but at the same time you're going like, don't believe the church, but believe the government. Don't believe the church's story about the flying spaghetti monster, but believe the government's version of the flying spaghetti monster. And no matter what, we'll never talk about the 11 million apparent newtons that the building hit the plane with. That the plane absorbed, like, they're just bounced off the plane like it's fucking Superman. The building was fucking, the plane was Casper, the fucking friendly ghost. But it had the ability to crush this giant fucking building. It's like throwing a fucking pencil at a house, or throw a paper airplane at a house, and the fucking house falls down, but the plane doesn't even have a dent. The paper airplane doesn't even have a bent nose. These people are retarded, and they've turned everybody else retarded. And all your gurus aren't doing a goddamn thing to talk about this kind of dangerous psychological manipulation and this counterintelligence, because they are agents themselves. Don't ask me what the fuck I've ever done. More than you motherfuckers. Not the people listening to this video, but the little punk ass that wouldn't even send me the message, posted it on his own page to himself instead of replying to me, because I waited for like 2 weeks for this one guy. I wait a week or 2 weeks for some kind of reply, because I figured he would have been a smart mouth asshole about something. But he never even got back to me because he knows I'm right. And instead, he posted a comment to himself about and he tried to elude it in what do you call it? Mask it in an elusive way to just make it a generic comment that everybody else would come by and read. But he didn't answer me directly, so I went looking like 2 weeks later. I had to find the guy's account, and because I didn't remember the name of the video or nothing. And then they went back, and the only thing he'd done is make a video asking people what they thought about ghosts and tell me your experiences with ghosts. Your supernatural experience, like living in a fantasy world and keeping everybody else in a fantasy world. Tell me about your experience with Bugs Bunny. Oops, I'm getting my coat on. I'm going for a cigarette now. So I got 2 other videos that I can upload, short-term ones, whatever. And then this one's going to take a while. Part 2 is not going to take long, 13 minutes. I mean, maybe I have to convert that. Part 1 is going to be like fucking 4 gigabytes. But if I convert it, it'll only be like 400 megabytes, and then I can upload it in no time. So, enjoy. I'm going to do that tonight. I gotta convert part 1 and part 2, and then upload them and have fun. And don't forget Frosty. Frosty melted for you. And if you don't be careful, they'll put you on a popsicle stick and melt you too. So whatever you do, don't ask questions about the earth being, is it really round? Shut up. Stop it. Grow up, do these things. Not whatever you want, but be responsible. Do these things. Ask these questions. This is what these people will never talk about, okay? I gotta do this all myself. Whew. Can I get a secretary? Somebody else help me? You can get 50% of the fucking billing. I'll put your name first on the billboard. And I don't care about alphabetical order. You can go first. You can be the star. You can take, I'll give you 60% of the profits. Okay? Because I'm not looking to be a fucking hotshot. I don't care. You know? I don't need to. Because I already know I'm right. There's an incredible feeling that comes with that. You know? I can't be proven wrong. Doesn't matter how many times you fucking scream and yell and kick your feet and threaten to kill me or actually kill me or do whatever you do. I love life, and I know that the earth is an oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid. The earth is round. The earth is round. It's not flat. That's the point. It's not flat. I don't care what you say. Equal and opposite reaction. Doesn't matter how much you act like an asshole or freak out or talk about bullshit or try to confuse me or call me names and tell me my mother's a whore and the fucking, you know, that I'm an asshole and whatever. Don't matter. You can't prove me wrong. Ha! All you can do is act like a fucking kid. And you're supposed to be grown-ups. Really, I wish I could just put my fingers on the computer and my hand in there like the crow, or just stick my finger in the water and channel this through the hole, you know, send the consciousness through the water, and then the next time somebody has a shower, they'll be like, whoa!